This time on Woody's Garage. You can't spell torture without Toro. Oh, yes you can.
I often ask myself, what's wrong with you? I picked this bad boy up today on Craigslist. It is a Toro 524. It had not been running for like 2 years or so. It's a Tecumseh 5 horsepower, no electric start on it. Tires are flat. I went by a couple of pictures that I saw. I didn't think it was going to be quite this old. The pictures didn't really tell a tale, and I got there and I was just like, whoa, this is old. Guy's really nice. He bought a new one. He said this has been sitting around for 2 years, so that could be 10 years, who knows. The deal was, how was I going to get this thing on the truck? It weighs a ton, so I thought maybe I could get it started and drive it up my ramps that I have, and couldn't get any spark out of it. But I know this model has some like weird kind of kill switches and stuff, or maybe not. Maybe this one's older than what I was thinking about. We did have it on. He was surprised that there was no spark, but you know, it was really hard to roll. One of the tires took some air, the other one leaked the air. And driving home I said like, I wonder if these are split rims. No. So to change a tire would be really, really difficult. It has this kind of unappealing auger. I've always hated the looks of these. Maybe they work great, I don't know. So we couldn't get it going. I used a come along and a chain with his help, and we got it on the back of the truck. And this is where it stands. You know, my first thought when I saw this thing was like, oh, it's a 5 horsepower Tecumseh. It does not have an electric start, and it's a nice narrow looking shroud, which would be perfect for the mini bike. So I said, you know, if I don't want to fix this thing up, then we'll just, you know, scrap it or whatever, but we'll definitely keep the engine. So I don't know the age of this. It might be points. I don't know. That's why I didn't try to fix it there once it had no spark. I just said like, I'm not going to pull off the flywheel and all that. If it's, you know, points behind the flywheel engine, I'm not sure. No idea. It does say HS50. I think. You can probably see it a lot better than I can. I need my glasses, I can't really tell. Didn't have any gas in it. We put some gas in it and the carb started leaking right away, of course. So I'm a little up in the air on what I'm going to do with this. But we will definitely use the engine one way or another. We've got a big snowstorm coming up in 2 days. Supposed to get 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet of snow. So I started all the machines. We got the Craftsman back there, the old rust bucket. That started right up. Then this is a thing I do. I have a big deck here. You can see it's like huge and old and decrepit. And I actually use this little Toro to clear it off. And beginning of the season, you know, warm weather, starts right up, purrs. Oh, this thing's going to work great. I tuned the carb. Wouldn't even start yesterday. So pulled the plastics off of it. And we pulled the carb off to clean. And we cleaned that. It's a diaphragm type carburetor. I was going to video and I just said like, geez, another carb clean, please. It did have a lot of junk in it, so I'm really hoping I can get this going today. It is maybe 20 degrees out. It's pretty cold. It's kind of hard to work outside. Maybe we'll bring this in and work in the basement. I'm going to eat lunch right now. Gotta show my beast though too. This is an Aaron's 824 or 826 ST824. It is pretty amazing machine. Throws pretty good. Really balances on a dime. the electric start went out on it. So it's pull start, but it starts right up. When I got this engine, it had no shroud on it, no flywheel, was out in the rain for years. I didn't think it was going to ever work, and it really works pretty well. So this is the other one, probably what I'll use the most if we're going to get 2 feet of snow. So maybe I'll videotape that. I probably doubt it, but alright, I'm on the computer looking at the manual. You can find this online almost any place. It's called the Tecumseh Service 2-Cycle Service Manual, whatever. And it covers a whole bunch of different engines and carburetors and stuff. And one thing I was looking for was the initial setting for the carb, and they're saying it's only 1 turn out, which is kind of surprising because I think I had them out about 2.5 turns or something. But we got to put the carb on before we do that. One other thing I saw yesterday, and I'm not really finding today, was the linkage. You know, there's like a governor and a spring off of it, and you know, whenever you do that, you go, well, you should take a picture of it. And I figured, like, I don't need to take a picture of it, I'll remember. And no, I don't remember. Here we are, governors and linkage. Yeah, there was a nice little picture. So yeah, I don't see it, and I did see it yesterday. Yeah, it's like a picture like this. Yeah, that's it right there. Matter of fact. So this is the post thing right in the middle there. That's where it attaches to the carb. And the spring goes to that guy. And the governor link, yeah, you can read too, goes right here. So we'll put that on. So yeah, we're inside. We brought the machine in here. It's too cold outside. I think that's right then for the spring, and that would mean the governor goes here. So what you do, try not to lose the spring. You take the governor, while the carb's off, and you try to get it in that hole that you cannot see. And guess what? I didn't put my glasses on, so I can't see shit. Okay, take 2. Put on your glasses. Grandpa can't see without his glasses. It's a Z-bend, so it goes in and then it turns. Yeah, someday it goes in. Get in there. Get, there we go. And of course, what happened to the spring? Son of a bitch. It go in there? I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, this is not good. Halt. Yeah, too funny. It did go in there. Okay, so if you're doing this, you might not want to leave the spring on. So we got the governor hitched up right now. There's a little post over here, and it has an adjustment too. You can adjust the tension on the spring. I sound like an expert now, right? Of course, now I can't remember which hole the spring went in. I'm a real expert. Okay. We got it on that one. We'll try that one. If we're wrong, then we'll switch it. I'll show you in a second. Somehow that doesn't look right, but okay. Someone's going like, no, you idiot. It was supposed to be on the other one. You can kind of see it there. I'm going to go check that again and make sure I got this right. Yep, that is right. Can't believe I got it. But the spring seems kind of slack. Pardon me, there's limited room in here. So I can loosen that screw up there and take up the slack. Because right now, well, let me bolt it down. All right, we put the gas line back on. We put the primer line back on. So it goes up here to the primer. And the spring is now, looks like it'll function. The weird thing is that I would think, you know, it'd be holding the butterfly open like this initially, and the governor would, you know, blow it down so it would come back down a little bit. So maybe it works the other way around. I don't know. We got to set these initially. There's two here. This is for the idle circuit, the front one closest to the engine. And this is for the main jet for the higher RPMs. This is the one, I guess, it's really matters. But you kind of need to dick around with both of them to get it right. And I'll tell you, this fall, like when I went over this thing, I had it purring. But not now, of course. The plug that's in there, you can see it. The gap looked a little tight. I set it to about 30. I'm probably going to go look in the manual now and find out that I'm wrong. So I'll do that before we go outside and see now if it runs. So we got to get this off the gas line. Well, I really put a dent in it, huh? Probably time to change the lines too, but I'm not going to do it. I also wanted to add that this engine is not from this snowblower originally. I picked this snowblower up on the side of the road. It looked great, but when I got it home, the engine was, the cylinder was well scored. But it had a much better chute, etc., controls and everything than the one I had. So I took the engine out of it and I put it in here. Same size and everything, almost the same engine. All right, I still don't have the plastics bolted down or anything like that. So let's see if it works. I don't know if that primer's working. Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing before. I'm standing right in the light there. Yeah, started and stopped. But it still seems kind of finicky. Yeah, it's wicked old. The on-off switch is kind of weird too. You got to hold the key like in the right position to turn it off, which in a way might mean that you know, maybe it could short and turn it off while it's running fine. So I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit more. I think for this storm, yeah, actually I think I'm gonna put all the nuts and bolts back on it and the plastics and just try it. Seems like I always got to tune it or something like that. Sometimes it surges, etc. But yeah, let's put the plastics back on. Yeah, we're totally frozen out there. Every couple of minutes you can hear the ice buckle. Make some interesting sounds. Okay, back to this. Yeah, we got the plastic all on. Probably looks the same, but we got screws in it on the top, and we got the bottom plate on it here. Okay, let's put the fumbling around here. Let's put the choke on. Let's put the key on. Let's see if it starts. Not even any priming or anything. Maybe a little priming. Come on, you look bad. You choke off. That's what I love about this thing. That's how it operates. I'm gonna squirt a little gas into it. I'm starting to wonder if it's that key that's screwed up. Huh. Okay, I took the bottom panel off again. You can see the key switch, it's all like flopping around in there. Let's see what happens if we take, I'll take them both off. I had another Toro and I couldn't remember if you put them together or take them apart. See if it even starts though, right? Oh, this isn't good. And it just ran great. What the hell's going on? Okay, we got them together with a alligator clip cord, jump wire, lead, whatever. See what this does. No. Maybe if I take the plastics off again, it'll run. Yeah, this is stupid. Yeah. Well, I replugged the switch back in, and I set the carb adjustments to one screw out, like the manual said, and it was hard to start it, but obviously it started. I mean, if I go to start it now, it'll probably start right up. It's just when it's cold. Oh, I hate it. Like what? The primer kind of sounds like it's looking for gas, but it's not getting any. There's plenty of gas in it. I did put a new diaphragm in it a long time ago, but when I took it out to clean it yesterday, it was supple. Let's see if we leave the choke on. Yeah, I don't like the routing of this wire. Set it back to one turn out again. Half, one. Half, one. Pissing me off. Gotta take a break. Yeah, I think quite honestly, if I had the foresight, I would have gotten a carb kit for it. You know, a new diaphragm and all that stuff. It's probably what it's gonna need. Use it for years. Beating the crap out of it too. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, back at the warmth by the computer. Okay, back on the Toro 524 with the HS50 on it. Since it has no spark, I wanted to figure out, does this thing have points? I don't know how old this engine is. Or is it just a solid state coil ignition dealo, magneto? Whatever. Okay, looking at the schematic on Jack's small engines, I put in the serial number and this came up for the parts. And it looks to me like it's got a coil right there and there's no points. Thank God it's none of that interior crap that drives me nuts. But I still have to take off the shroud to get to it. And I think what I want to do before I do that is take off all the kill wires and any kind of wires that go to it in case it's something like shorted out or that key switch being shorted out, whatever. Just like on the little Toro. So, Toro, we're not having very good luck with Toros today. Here's a used one. Of course, I haven't even looked at the one that I've got, nor have I isolated it yet. But I don't want to go back outside. It's too cold to work on it outside. So, Jack's small engine said that they're unavailable. But, of course, you got all these guys. They probably won't dare sell something like this. But, $12. Here's one for $11.26. There's the other style up there for the inside, the flywheel type. I'm glad it's not one of those. Okay, I'm looking at Donnie Boy 73's YouTube channel about the Toro carburetor, and there is a difference with how you place the diaphragm and the gasket. This says if you have F designation on the rear of the casting, then install a diaphragm first, then the gasket, then the cover. I remember getting instructions with the last tune-up kit that I got for the carburetor, and I believe I put the gasket and the diaphragm on correctly, but I think I'm going to reverse it just to see if it works better. May regret that, huh? So there is no F. So I had the gasket and the diaphragm on correctly. However, I'm going to put it on incorrectly. Don't know if I mentioned this before, but there are two different needles. You'll notice that the idle jet circuit, this one goes in the hole that's closest to the engine, and then there's the high speed, which is a point. Much more pointy. Don't stab yourself with that thing. So once again, this is a side of the carburetor that attaches to the engine. This is a low speed one, the kind of blunt like needle. This is the rear of the carb, and this is the pointy one for the high speed. I have them set about one turn out, as the manual says. It's together. I think I'm just going to try to get it running the best I can. I don't think I'm going to video the futile events that lead up to making it run right. Hopefully the next time you see this it'll be running correctly, I hope. The carb is on. I decided to take out the switch to see what I can do with it. If you notice, it's kind of springy, and it should be maybe tighter on the left side. The right side seems to be, or this side seems to be kind of seated correctly, but this one has an awful lot of spring. To take it out, it was right up in that hole up there. All you gotta do is squeeze these things and you can pop it right out. But fixing it, I don't know. So it looks like there's a tab there. Oh, sorry. Looks like there's a tab there and there's no tab there. Like you can kind of see like what's left over from it. Ah, geez, if I had time, I could like glue it or something. Maybe we'll try some super glue on it. See if that works. Alright, I got some super glue right in there. You see all the white crap? That's actually baking soda. Why? Because otherwise it would be sitting there trying to harden for weeks. Sometimes super glue acts weird with plastic, you probably know that. And put some baking soda on it and it goes off right away. And you turn the key, you don't see any humping anymore. No more sex for you. So that should probably work good. Alright, I did check that the gas flows freely and there wasn't any like water in the line or anything like that. This is a little tight, but you know, it works. The switch is in. You can kind of see how those plastic leg things stick out after you push it in. And one of the wires goes right to ground, so I would say that like when the switch is in this position, it's making the contacts, which grounds it out. With it like this, it doesn't. So I'm gonna hope that this thing works okay. Okay, it seems to work like that. The gasket and the diaphragm have been switched the wrong way, but it seems to be working okay. I put both the jets one turn out, and it's a little uneasy, but it runs, it starts up, and we got maybe 2 feet of snow, and I use this thing on the deck, and I gotta have it. The other ones, no, I don't even care if the driveway's done. I gotta get the weight off the deck so it doesn't collapse. So I'll probably be screwing with it in a blizzard, but it's done.